Don't go anywhere. Don't leave your seat. A brand new Lucy's Bedroom is premiering right now. Only on Chiptunes.
Hello everybody, it's me, Dregobob. Welcome to yet another video on my channel. Today's topic is Lucy's Bedroom, a series I was made aware of when the creator, I mean a fan of the series going by the name of Olive Green 47, joined my Discord server. While originally I was going to wait for more content on this ARG to appear, after digging deeper and discovering there was much more to be seen, I dug right in. Now, before we begin, I'd like to ask if you could subscribe. A very small amount of you are, and the more subs I have, the better I'm inclined to make my content, thanks to crippling fear of being low quality. There's also my Discord server that you can join too, where you can share your art if you're an artist, your content, and really anything. I fancy my server as a place for everyone after all. Now, let's begin our analysis. The first readily available piece of media featuring Lucy's Bedroom is titled Lucy's Bedroom, Storm Broadcast Incident. The episode itself is your classic kids cartoon, but it's incredibly high quality. In fact, it almost looks exactly like something you would see on an older kid-centric network like Nick Jr. Now, to save some time, down below you should be able to find a link to the original video. Like a lot of these creations, they deserve to be witnessed firsthand. So, I'll give you just a second to pause and watch the original upload. You watch it yet? Good! Now, this first episode follows Lucy and her friend Dustin dealing with a bad thunderstorm. Lucy is absolutely horrified of thunderstorms, and at the first crack of thunder, she hides away under the covers, kickstarting Dustin's attempts at getting the rain to go away. However, something interferes with the signal on the TV, and this momentarily takes up the entire screen. What this is exactly, I'm unsure, though it looks alarmingly similar to a person. A person seemingly buried or being compressed against the camera. Soon after this, the program resumes, revealing that the hooded puppet was in fact Dustin aiming to scare the storm away. However, this seldom works. This then leads to Dustin trying 2 more times to get the storm to go away. One where he offers it his Mama G's special hot glue cake. But when this doesn't work, he opts to destroy it with song. However, it again doesn't work, though this ultimately wakes a third character, Mr. Drawer, who explains rather rudely that Dustin can't stop a storm on his own, and that they must simply endure it. Then he fades back to sleep, and Dustin returns to comfort Lucy. While this would have been where we discovered why exactly she was so terrified of storms, we're interrupted by an EAS announcement telling the person watching and recording this episode that there's a storm in their area. Notably, they also tell the viewer to do basically what the exact opposite of what Dustin and Lucy did. While I could say I'm simply reaching, there's far more beneath the surface explaining my scrutiny of these details. As checking the comments of this episode reveals a link to an old messaging forum called Hyack. Our archive is to keep intact the parts of the internet long forgotten. From threads, videos, and photos from sites long forgotten, we pride ourselves in not making your search like finding a needle in a haystack. We hope to keep the forgotten corners of the internet alive and well for years to come. However, this wasn't meant to be, as we find that the forum itself was shut down on December 28th of 2013. On this page, there are 2 tabs you can currently access, Threads and Videos. On the Videos tab, there are 2 options. One leading to an unlisted bumper that, again, matches the quality of what you might find on an actual TV channel. And as for the other upload, it appears to be another version of the episode we just watched, presumably without the EAS interruption and the odd glitching. But it's password locked. With that in mind, let's move to the thread section. A needle in a haystack would be incomplete without an archive of threads. Here, there are a bunch of different sections. However, the only one we're currently able to access is Lucy. Search up a topic or create a new thread about Lucy's Bedroom. Remember not to break any TOS on the site. We're all here to talk about our favorite show. Lucy's Bedroom is a puppet program that aired on chiptunes in the early 2010s. It featured two characters that lived in a bedroom of some unknown person. The two would get into many misadventures, the show's popularity growing a major fanbase with its lovable characters, wacky humor, and its catchy music. This is a safe space to talk about all things Lucy, Dustin, and all the other quirky characters we've come to know and love. Edit. After the show's unfortunate cancellation, many of the threads have been closed by the moderators or individual users to preserve the show's legacy. I want to thank you all for enjoying the show as much as me and the other mods have. And know that the memory of the show will live on in all of our hearts for years to come. Whether you came for the memes, the episodes, the bumpers, or anything in between, you did your part in keeping this show alive. And thanks to chiptunes and everyone else who worked on the show that may be seeing this message, you've truly created something special. Interestingly, as we read, we actually have to search for a thread by name to access it. Otherwise, we won't get anything. The first thread that comes to mind is Storm, the name of the episode we watched. Sure enough, we find an archived thread. And as it would seem, the conversation being held there is taking place directly after the airing of the episode we watched. To save on time, everybody seems quite disturbed to that odd bleed through with that face we saw. The one who presumably recorded the episode we watched in the universe as well, Olive Green 47, was hit with a severe weather warning. However, down below, we get another piece of earth-shattering information revealing Lucy's true evil. Well, maybe not, but there are two more important messages. One from a user named Caspode and Colorful Dog, respectively. Colorful Dog gives us the code to the re-upload of the episode we saw. And Caspode, who very obviously is a play on the word passcode, gives us the code to two other threads, Faves and Question. But first, let's see what we missed out on thanks to that EAS alert in this re-upload.
Hey, room for one more?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey, why are you so afraid of the thunder?
Well, I guess it reminds me of... It makes me remember when I was separated from my family. Back when that big, mean dryer swept me away. I got left behind as the clothes got picked up. And when I got here, I had nobody.
But that's when you found me. Or, when I found you.
Huh. That was when we met, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you know I'm always going to be here for you, right?
Of course, Dustin.
You know, maybe, when you hear the thunder next time, you can think of me. Think that I'll, always be there and stuff. Because I will be there. For you.
That's really sweet of you, Dustin. Thank you. Now it's kind of nice.
That was actually a rather sweet interaction we saw between Lucy and Dustin. But with that extra character development out of the way, let's move on to the two other threads we saw. First off is Faves, which starts with a forum mod asking everyone what their favorite episodes are. It's here we hear about characters from episodes we have yet to see, like an ant dude and Mrs. V, who is apparently very disturbing. Though, much like in the real world, there's always someone who's into strange things like that. However, the most important thing here is references to an incident where someone disappeared during the premiere of an episode. However, it's quickly shut down by the moderator, and eventually this thread closes, leaving us with one more thread to look at. Question. This is where things get strange, as everyone there begins to question the show and just how odd it is. The discussion stays purely focused on the actual show for a while, until a now deleted user butts in and states, "Are we really just forgetting that she caused multiple storms to happen?" This makes the original conversation come to a dead stop as everyone begins talking about what went down. The deleted user from before stating that each and every time the episode Storm was played, all over the country there would be reports of real-world tornadoes. Another user named Remove Lucy even backs this up and says that a kid went missing while watching the show. Later, this is added to when the same user says it happened when the kid in question was watching the show, presumably the Storm episode. On top of that, another user named Viper Skull points something interesting out. "I find it interesting that the Lucy's bedroom episode about storms is pretty much the opposite of what you're supposed to do in an actual storm. They leave the window open, get in a flimsy structure. Really, it's bad advice for a real storm." After this, a message from Snotclot77 talking about something serious happening in a game leads to a mod finally stepping in and shutting this thread down. With this game in mind, we're led to a private thread with a single message. "I'm not usually active on these threads, but this is serious. I've managed to snag the upload of the video game demo posted on the Chiptunes website. I've snuck it onto a drive so the masses are able to play it for themselves. I don't know why it was pulled so quick, but I've got it. It all works, and it's all there. I don't know what else was planned to be added, but after this, I'm sure there won't be anything else. There's more to this game than first believed. They give you a lot of health for a reason. If there are any demos uploaded after this, I'm sure this is going to be removed and changed with something else. But as it stands, someone wanted to do more with this game. Locking the thread down so nobody can report this to the mods. Windows only." We're given a link to a game. A working Lucy's Bedroom video game. Downloading the file and opening it, we're treated to a banger soundtrack, incredibly compressed visuals, and a really charming atmosphere. Entering the game itself, it takes place in Lucy's bedroom. Duh. There isn't much to do other than take part in 2 mini-games. One given to us by Dustin involving us going under the bed to squish some bugs, and another from Mr. Jor where we do some light platforming. However, thinking back to the message from the forum, after playing the game a few times, I returned to the minigame given to me by Dustin. It's there that after some experimentation, I'm able to escape the bounds of the map to find 4 messages. Jump, bed 10 times, secret cloud, dresser. Interesting. After a couple more playthroughs, I discover the secret cloud this message mentioned in the bug battle. After hitting it, it makes a switch-like noise, and after finishing that level, and again the bug battle, a block next to the bed appears. And after, of course, jumping on the bed 10 times, the music completely stops, the room going silent. After some experimentation and jumping into the dresser, there's also 2 clouds that allow us to hop on the desk. Looking back to the room, Dustin and Mr. Drawer are now gone. Exiting the map through your window, you're put in some kind of barren desert. The only thing in sight being a computer that, when you get close to it, brings up a password page. Entering the code STORM causes this to appear. One thing, if you're photosensitive or epileptic, I would recommend skipping to the time code showed on screen right now, where I explain what we see instead of, well, outright show it to you. We are given direct confirmation that Lucy's bedroom is what's causing the weather phenomena we've been hearing about throughout our dive into this ARG. In one screen, we're even shown information about an event that went down on April 25th. If you had a keen eye, we were shown the channel browser on Olive Green's video. The episode they were watching took place on April 25th, 2011. The same date the Thread on the Storm episode took place on, and the exact same date that this weather event happened. And if it's to be believed, this episode's premiere caused more than 50 tornadoes to form from the 25th to 27th of April. Soon after this, we're shown a message from whoever added this to the demo reading, "The truth is out there. Peter Hughes is a corrupt, twisted monster. It's all a cover-up done by chiptunes. I've seen the evidence and I know the law. Don't let them make fools out of you too. Pull the damn show off the air before it kills again. To anyone from chiptunes watching this, I'll see you in hell." And from here, the game closes on its own. And that's it. Hey, it's me, Drego Editor Bob. That's actually not it. There's also a real-world weather event that took place on the 25th of April in 2011. It was actually pretty devastating, and I'm not sure how I let that slip past me. I'll cover it more in the follow-up video. There's another thread incoming about yet another episode named Genie. You can expect me to make another video on this ARG very, very soon after it's released. But for now, I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and Olive Green themselves for bringing this series to my attention. Without them, it's likely I would have missed it completely. On screen right now, you should be able to see art from people on my Discord server. Again, if you're looking for a place to connect with other creatives, come to my server. For now, I'm Dregobob, hoping you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Bye-bye!
I'm not
Yeah!
about how you
Dustin! Preach, Dustin! Yeah! Woo!